Hello there, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to this week's edition of the Blockchain Developer Weekly Digest. As usual, I'm your host George, and in this week's edition, I have 5 major news from you from Geth, Etherlime, Truffle, Web3.js, and MetaMask. So, without any further ado, let's get started. First piece of news comes from one related to update from Geth. There is now a new version, Geth 1.9.0, and it's actually has like super miles long list of improvements and changes. So I'm going to give you a brief of all of them, and you can, as usual, you can find all the links inside the description box under this video. So what has happened with Geth? So first of all, the syncing time when you're doing a fast sync is actually 3 times faster, and it uses 30% less disk space. In addition, the Geth team has introduced Freezer, which pretty much is where the blocks and receipts end up after a cutoff threshold of 3 months or 3 epochs. And they're pretty much moved out of the operational database and moved into files, which pretty much enables Geth to be a very good way to work, allows Geth to work very well with HDDs instead of just plain old SSDs. There is also the addition of GraphQL queries, which is a major thing, because first of all, it allows you to filter result data, and second of all, it allows you to query multiple things at once. So no longer you're going to be doing like these for cycles where you are for loops where you are cycling over the drawing different information from smart contracts. You probably will be able to do all of these at once. In addition, there is now some support for all major known hardware wallets. There is a standalone signer called Clef, which pretty much we're going to be looking to integrate in many tools that are there, and it's supposed to be very safe. There are light clients improvements, major improvements over monitoring of the node, and of course major improvements over the metric collection of the node. So yeah, this was just the glance over what has happened in Geth 1.9.0. Take a look in the description for the link and see everything that has happened for yourself. In addition, Etherlime has a new version, 2.1.5. It has come with a new shape for Chainlink, so you can now very easily start your own Chainlink based project. And there is now a Zeppelin OS deployer, so you can, in addition to deploying to Infura, Etherlime, Ganache, or any other JSON RPC, you can now actually use Zeppelin OS deployers to manage your upgradable smart contracts and deploy new version of or first versions of your smart contracts. Truffle has a new version, 5.0.27, and the major thing coming out of this version is that now the Truffle supports the Burrow EVM. Burrow EVM, for those of you that don't know, actually is EVM that is pretty much conversion, allowing you to run Ethereum virtual machines on Hyperledger Fabric. So pretty much through Burrow EVM, you'll be able to be running Ethereum smart contracts on Hyperledger Fabric, and Truffle now supports Burrow EVM. And when we're speaking about Truffle, Web3.js is something that's closely linked with Truffle, and Web3.js has a new alpha version of their major new release 2.0.0. The major thing that's coming in this release is that actually they have much improved way of working with off-chain, offline signed transactions, locally signed transactions. You'll be able to sign all of transactions locally, send them as batch requests, and of course the management of nonces is now handled by Web3.js, so probably no more funky bugs with nonces there. And of course there are many bug fixes that are part of this alpha version. And last but not least, piece of news, Actually, this is something that we should be anticipating together. MetaMask is going to be releasing a new mobile wallet, and this is due in 10 days. So pretty much there is very limited info of what is going to be in the MetaMask mobile wallet. So keep an eye on MetaMask, and the app is due in 10 days. With this, we come to a close this edition of the Blockchain Developer Weekly Digest. As usual, don't forget to like this video and subscribe to our channels for you to keep up to date with the latest news of the Ethereum development. Don't forget to follow me on Twitter at @gspasov, and just keep building. See ya!